Philosophy of Peter is a, how can I put this? It's a channel where, I'm sorry. The question that I put forward to you is how do we know what we know is knowledge? Is there any certainty of anything, I ask? How do I know the actual definition of knowledge, or the word know? What does know mean? What does it mean to know? Well, I'm not a dictionary. A dictionary? It's good to be unsure of everything. In a way that it's good to realise one's place in the vastness of existence. I would like you to be able to know that you don't really know anything. And it's kind of doesn't really false back on itself, because if you don't know if you know that you know nothing, then do you really know that you know nothing? It doesn't really work. Bit of a paradox per se. It's very difficult to know everything. And even when one says they know everything, how do you know what you don't know? You know, there's no way of really knowing what you don't know, because if you don't know it, you don't know it, really. They say that science changes all the time. Science does not really, like, it's a chugga train, and theories, they just come round and go. You have like some sort of theory on matter, or some sort of theory of gravity, and then it's replaced by a more complex theory or completely different theory, like the theory of Big Bang Theory replaced some other theory that they had. My goodness. Right, so on the next video of how do I know what I know to know. Okay. What would I... No, different question. Different question. Okay. To dwell on how do we know what we know, and what doesn't really know much, and I don't really know that much. In the famous words of Aristotle, the greatest knowledge is to know that you don't know much. I think he said something along those lines, but I can re-quote for you there. I don't know what Aristotle said. Oh well. It would appear that I'm not a proper philosopher, because I'm not really philosophised up on the whole who are the philosophers and what they said. So that's something that I need to think about later on in life, but not now, because I want to propose some propositions for you on the topic of how do we really know anything, or do we know anything, or is knowledge a sustainable way of life? Is knowledge real? Is knowledge knowledge? Is it accurate to say that you can be accurate to say about something? If not, is this sentence making any sense? Or the sentence prior to that sentence? I would say that the whole fundamentals of reality are dependent on some core foundations, and it's very fun ripping apart those core foundations. But once we rip apart those core foundations, then we have to replace those foundations with other foundations.